Good morning, everybody. Ooh, good morning. So here we are. Huge down day. Again, we're opening up, back, gapping down again. And there's not much for me to say here except we hit my targets here for August lows. Someone said, let me see here. Oh, Mid-Ashtari, nice call on those puts yesterday. Can't imagine how much they're up right now. Yeah, I'm waking up to a lot of profit this morning. We'll see at 9:30, but I did swing them overnight. Like I said, I only covered like 20% of my position there. So from yesterday's close, they're up 67%. So today they're going to be up like at least 200, 300%. Yeah. So I'm going to be taking profit on that today. And also I've mentioned on Twitter, we're now down 20% from all-time highs. And we hit my target for sell side. NFP, we didn't really do much here at the news release. Makes sense because we dumped so much. So I don't really have much to do. We hit my weekly targets, like my monthly target. Like thinking intraday, I feel as though, yeah, I did good this week with shorting yesterday and also, on Friday, if you guys remember, after a huge down morning on Friday, I said, hey, you guys, I don't feel any FOMO. I think that we could continue. There's definitely more downside next week, right? So I positioned myself for that as well. And yesterday I said it when I bought puts. So I don't know if I'm going to find much to do intraday. But like I said, long term, we're down 20% from the highs. And I'm starting to buy, and I'm buying a lot in my long-term portfolios because historically that's just a good spot to start buying. And the last time that happened was like 2022 or here. That's last time we were down 20% from the highs. And again, that's a long-term portfolio, like retirement vibes. Like I'm willing to hold that for like a few years. So I'm okay with being a couple months early, because even here, right, it took a while for us to bottom. So I'm in the process of like moving money into long-term portfolios. And again, I don't buy everything in just one go. So yeah. This is not financial advice. I have to say that. Someone asks like, what stocks, any blue chip stocks are good, or ETFs. I'm mostly buying ETFs, SPY and QQQ, or, the lower fee ones, which are like VU, VGT. The Vanguard equivalents, right? They're lower management fees and whatever. So, I note yesterday, I traded on my options account a bit because I made my money on the futures move here. But I had noticed actually this I here had completely filled in this imbalance, and that was really nice. And yeah, I felt very comfortable still holding shorts within here because of this, really. And I was adding. And then that was I actually thought at 3 p.m. This was my thought process when I was like, oh, should I should I take my profits? Right? It was around 3 p.m. and we were just kind of consolidating. My thought process was like, okay, we had still monthly lows, and also it's 3 p.m. the day before NFP. Like, who is buying here? We didn't really have much of a capitulation where it's just like so much down margin selling. No, every like move lower had like a manipulation to the upside. So that's why I felt comfortable swinging into NFP, because I thought NFP is just going to send things more lower. But turns out it was like China announcing tariffs back on the US that, sent us lower. I was surprised actually at how red it was. It's like down 3% when I looked down here. Someone asked, did we hit limit down on props? And we're only down like only down like 2.6 right now. So if that hits 5%, you can't be trading below that level. There you go. NQ17. Someone said 17741. Me think I forgot. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Vote. Did I put the vote in the chat? Yeah, vote. Are you bullish, bearish, or neutral? I think finally I'm getting the rest of my voting panels on Saturday. I ordered 4 packages and 3 of them arrived. It was so annoying. What's that like? It's Ramoa. Let me think. But yeah, I'm being careful for intraday trading because we just had another huge expansion. Like yesterday, I was fine with doing shorts because on the daily, this was the first down day. We just had 2 huge down days, so we hit my targets. I think some people have targets of 17.5. I'll just put that up as like a psychological level as well. See, 3 minutes into the open. Oh, and you guys, those of you who are always looking for like when are expert accounts for my fund and futures going on sale, they're on sale now until April 7th. So just for a week, they're on sale. So those are the accounts that have no rules. Not no rules, sorry, but like the least amount of rules. There's no consistency, no scaling rules. And that's my favorite kind of account. That's the account I trade from my fund and futures. They're more expensive, so they're rarely on sale because they also are just the easiest to get paid out in. So that's on 25% off until April 7th if you use code Tanya. You only get 3 per person. So those are for people that are always looking for expert accounts. They're rarely on sale. So that's on sale now. But be careful, you guys. Don't, like I said, today is not such a huge day to be risking a lot. Down already, 2.7. You open in 2 minutes. Oh yeah, I have to check my puts. They open. Do we have more news today? Bum, bum, bum. No, I haven't added her. Buenos dias, Chris. How's my head doing? Yo. I was using frozen peas on my head yesterday. And also Advil. She said long-term prop account. That's funny. I said long-term portfolio. You know, the thing that you should be building with your prop payouts. iRock Cut says, if it doesn't go up, it's going to go down, LMAO. No, it can just go sideways. What do you guys vote? Okay, just this humongous 1 hour. It's like we have to go to the daily. Yeah, it was just a quick drop, so. Drop happened fast, right? During London. Oh my god. Yeah, it dropped 500 points in 20 minutes during London. Oops, sorry. Here's the open. Yeah, I'm up 333%. Okay, cool. I literally made 30K. All right, that's fun. Always remember, if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. And I didn't even take a freaking picture yet. That's funny. What did you guys vote mostly? Is it the 25% is for existing users also? Yeah. Why don't you just try to oh wait, sorry, not oh sorry, it's for existing users, my bad. Yeah. I have it wrong on the thing. What did you guys vote? 48% bearish. I'm about to hit my biggest day ever. Okay. Or my biggest day was 32 grand. Yeah, so those people, yeah, so someone that asked how much am I up on those puts that I bought yesterday, 350%. I'm scaled out like 70% of it. Why not start streaming your options journey? Because I don't have to. I started my option journey years ago, and I already said what I was gonna do. Yeah. I could make a video reviewing those trades if you're interested. To me, I started getting annoyed recently, like especially yesterday. It's like I got even a big intraday win, and then people are like, "Please give me another entry." It's just crazy. The internet drives me crazy recently right now because it's like, okay, the day before I took a loss, and there were actually many comments telling me I'm a bad trader, and it's funny because the next day I take the same exact kind of setup for like a 3R, and then it's like just people looking for signals or then someone asked reversal now, and I was like, on a Thursday we're already down. We had a reversal from 10 a.m. already. No, we're going more down. So okay. All right, I'm sold to the rest of my puts right now. I just hit my biggest day. That's good. But I only beat my previous biggest day by like 1,000. So. Mm-hmm. So I just made 33,000 swinging puts overnight from literally the position I entered yesterday. You can look at my Instagram story. I'm not really posting on Twitter or whatever, because on Twitter it's just like anyone could find your thing on the feed. And then there's always some like random hater brokey commenting. I'm completely flat there, but like I said, I'm putting money in long-term portfolios. Personally, that's not financial advice again. So this week I actually made 50K on options. Fun. The reason why I like to swing options is because the risk is premium paid, versus on futures you have to be a lot more precise with swinging, right? And for options, it's like whatever you just put in, you're willing to lose. As well as that's how I started my trading. So I traded those before futures. It's not bad, but like I said, I do want to practice going up higher in size. So it's a good week to start doing that, because I was just confident about drawing liquidity. We still have more downside. Like I said, we could go to 17.5. I'd want to see like a capitulation type of low for me to be comfortable longing. So today could be margin selling. It's very possible. For example, all the funds that have been buying dips, they're running out of money to buy dips. They have to sell some of their positions now if they're on margin, right? That kind of low, that looks different. You want to look at margin selling, look at like Baidu, TSM stocks, Bill Huang stocks. That's obviously a crazy case of it. And check my messages from Castillo. Actually, you know what? I'm telling my assistant right now, if anyone puts in question in all caps, don't even send it to me because I don't want to read all caps. It bothers me. Mm-hmm. If you're like typing in all caps in the chat right now, it's like I'm not reading it. So I'm having my assistant send me things. So you can't even troll me. Marco, thank you. Says, would you consider teaching us options as well? I don't know. It's a lot of work. I don't know if that's worth it, especially for on a live stream, on a free YouTube live stream where there's so many people that are just coming in and out and no idea what they're doing. And then just looking for signals, I lost so much money on when I first started trading on options, because I was in Discords that were just doing signal services. I just do ICT concepts on options, and I know how to choose them to capitalize a lot. I'll go out of the money. I went far out of the money for these options because I had a far target that was still like 1,000 points below. So that's why I'm up a lot. So I went like next week 425 puts. I'm really like not in the mood this week. Sorry, I'm just kind of upset because like I posted about like how I hit my head the other day. And then someone like commented, "Shut the fuck up, you made like 20K today." That's rude. Eric asked, do you trade naked options or verticals? I trade naked options. I did verticals when I was first starting out for a bit, but it limits your upside. Of course, it like limits your downside too, but like if I'm doing options, I'm trying to catch as much, I'm trying to be leveraged, so I don't want to cut the upside. I'd rather just trade like commons or futures. So where we start out today, we're kind of just ranging, you know. Yeah, because that's the thing with like props. You can't swing futures overnight. You'd have to take profit at like 410 or whatever, 5, depending on which prop it is, and then like re-enter, and then you don't know where the gap is going to be. And then you're like re-entering a position versus you, let's say, take it in profit and then you re-enter it again and then it shows a different P&L. So that's a whole different thing versus if I want to swing, then I'll do options then just in my personal account. Because, it's no point to be trying to swing futures on prop firms because the thing is, they don't want to take on that risk. And the thing is, it is a risk. And that's why I don't really swing futures on personal account either. Because there's just too much risk with the gaps. Versus on options, you could, let's say you bought calls, you're swinging it overnight. You know what your maximum loss is going to be is however much you paid for those options. So risk is premium paid, right? Like I said, we hit my targets. I took my profits on my shorts. I think there still could be more downside. Today could be a possible margin selling, but so far it's been kind of slow. Open. No divergences. I mean, this continues selling. We could continue lower to this and to this. And then I would consider that margin selling for today. But if we just kind of consolidate today, then you can still get more downside next week. Let's say if we come up into these highs today, and I don't think a low is particularly it. You would need, what was it for, in 2022, when we were down 20% from the highs, the catalyst for us to shoot back up, I remember it was like October 22nd or something, 16th. It was CPI day in October. I remember like ES rallied like 200 points that day. It was crazy. Otherwise, today could just sort of be consolidation. Oftentimes, NFP days are not really like a trend day. And let's see, typically on an NFP day, I look looking for reversals at like 10. But today is a bit different. We didn't really take any major liquidity on the buy side for me to want to short. And for for the upside, I need much more for me to intraday trade like longs. I need much more than this, so I wouldn't really be going against the trend. So I think it's most likely today, especially if we take these highs out, it's more likely that we sort of consolidate back and forth. Looking at the price action so far for the first 30 minutes. What's the range? 68. 20 minutes. And for ES, 68 points. And for NQ, 230 points. It's a small range for NQ nowadays. But They were sort of ranging. Yeah, it took out some trend line liquidity to the downside. Little pop here. Not really much I'm interested here. So I'm actually just gonna end the stream early because I'm really, like I said, I'm not in the mood, and I don't know, I don't really have to deal with this today. We hit my targets and my head hurts. Have a good weekend. I'm not gonna be, this is like from makeup actually, because I cried today, that's fun. But yeah, my head hurts. So I already told you guys my long-term portfolios I'm buying. But that's not financial advice. But in like what I'm personally just saying I'm buying, and I'm buying like buying QQQ, and that's long-term stuff. So today, otherwise, we hit my monthly targets, and this is the weekly candle. I did trade the expansion of the candle. We could go back lower into ES. There's a weekly fair value gap here. And for NQ, I have this psychological level plus. This is kind of like this high. And this is this weekly low, actually. But this is we could potentially get into there. If we start unraveling further to the downside. Otherwise, yeah, I'm done. It was a good week. I'm gonna go rest. Have a good weekend, everybody, and don't be a degenerate.